What screams that I'm just pretending to be confident, I actually have low self-esteem. Constantly talking about how much sex they have and how many people want them. Whatever, man. Every time I get on my computer there's a pop-up telling me there's hot babes in my area waiting for me to message them. I get those and I'm a straight woman. I must be hotter than I though. Can confirm, and I'm a gay man. I'm also a straight woman and I get penis-enhancing pop-ups constantly. Putting graduate of the School of Hard Knocks on social media profiles. In my country they call it the hard school of life, just a way of saying you do absolutely nothing, but still feel the pressure to do something. These are a 50-50. Sometimes they're deeply insecure, other times, they're extremely proud anti-intellectuals who see their dearth of world knowledge as a virtue. They see it as a sign that they weren't indoctrinated. Lying about stuff that is obviously not true. I have a 9-incher, even my mom said it's bigger than my dad's. Kids are weird in middle school, like DF did you just say to me? I wouldn't mind a 9-incher, instead of this huge thing I'm lugging around at the moment. Man, a 36-incher, of course, can only wish I had a 9-incher. One-upmanship. Saw a kid I knew back in school recently and every time I told him about something I had done he basically had done the same but a bit better. Do these people even hear themselves when they speak? That's cool, but I recently saw 2 kids I knew back in school who did this. I just saw 3 of them, and they invited me on a cruise around the world, in their mega yacht. Looking through this thread for your own behaviors. r/angry upvote. Damn you. I'm also looking through this thread for your behaviors. Ouch. I think it needs to be said there's nothing wrong with feigning confidence. There are plenty of toxic methods people use to try to appear confident that are bad and should be avoided, but just trying to be confident while actually having a low self-esteem is perfectly normal. Many people you perceive as confident are just utilizing a fake it till you make it method. As someone who knows people suffering from imposter syndrome, I cannot agree more. Also, sometimes you just happen to be the adult around and in order to not make others worry have to pretend the utmost confidence until you can Google the problem out of the sight. There's no serious tag so emog. Feeling the need to put others down. People who think they're the shit and assume everyone's in love with them. I think I'm shit and that nobody could love me. Lots of people feel that way most of the time. Lots more feel that way some of the time. Usually it's not true. You're a hidden gem. I'm the shit but unlovable lol. I think I'm the shit, but I know I'm the only person who feels this way lol. I don't care what people think. Narrator they did, in fact, care about every word ever spoken about them. Edit, healthy people follow this. They don't lead every conversation with it. I tell myself and my close friends this as a mantra, to care a little less about others' opinions and put us first. The veterinarian I work for, I don't care about Yelp reviews. Same vet, proceeds to get offended anytime someone leaves a negative review and flags their account/fires them from our clinic. People leave bad Yelp reviews of the place they work at? Bragging. Also humble bragging or fishing for compliments. Recently saw a tweet where this guy basically said he was the only popular guy to be nice to the losers in his high school. What does that look like? I think people who have been hurt constantly in life have low self-esteem in ways. They always try to make others happy, even when those people don't do the same or put in the same effort as they do. They're other people's stepping stones. Always yes men when they occasionally say no, those people get mad. Also noticed people who are neurotic yet super kind and smart individuals get two-faced treatment by so-called people who should care about them. They're the ones who bend over backwards for love and recognition and never truly get that. Like begging for love frown. Omg. I finally accepted this truth earlier this year during therapy. Believe me, people take advantage of the slightest weakness. Now working on myself and self-confidence. Can't live properly if I'm unable to love myself. I'm curious if I do that. I've been told by a few PPL that I'm too friendly, have my heart on my sleeve and stuff like that. I just don't feel authentic any other way. Not sure why. Controlling and jealousy in a relationship. Literally a guy I knew prefaced a convo with me by saying that he isn't insecure or anything. But he doesn't like other guys talking or touching his girl, shaking hands, and it's like not respectful to him. Red flag. Ah. Good thing he let you know straight away what sort of person he was. That was considerate. Any mention of the term alpha male, or sigma or beta. Also pretty sure that dumb wolf study that this stuff was based on was debunked. Yes. Ugh, I hate the I'm an alpha nonsense. Yep, they're just misspelling asshole. What's the definition of sigma? Putting other people down based on their interests or what makes them happy. This gives me angry flashbacks of a handful of teachers back in high school bullying me in front of the class for liking video games. Not just on a one-off instance either. Always commenting about how I didn't have a life or how I would have time to complete a weekend assignment since I'm not doing anything important. Shit makes my blood boil. The entire time I kept thinking, okay, and what's everyone else going home to do? Smoke, drink, party, sleep, or watch TV? Not much better really. I hate when people shit on me for my hobbies. I also enjoy reading, movies, wet shaving, hiking, cooking, photography, and pets. Oh boy. I grew up in the 80s/90s and I got wrecked for playing D&D and being a headbanger. Being unnecessarily mean online. Removed. You're a poopy head. Whoa whoa whoa, break it up you two. Poop your mouth hole shut you stinker. Deleted. Arrogance it is then. I love that, never heard it before, thanks for sharing. A person who is truly confident, not arrogant, doesn't need to say anything about being confident in something. He just is. A person who is arrogant and/or has low self-esteem lets everyone know how great he is at every opportunity. Wayne Gretzky was the living embodiment of this. He was the GOAT. He knew it, but he didn't have to state it, or remind people in any way except to just go out there and be himself. Meeting a confident person is a whirlwind. They know how to interact, excite, change direction. Understand, improvise and meet expectations. Direct you, yet redirect at the same time. Confuse while thrusting the most basic of understanding you have. Arrogance is I've never been taught respect. I think you mean meeting a person who is charismatic, generally intelligent, and confident. Exaggerative, inspirational and very long Instagram captions maybe. Does anyone even read those? Everyone is the Beyoncé of their small town Denny's with the right attitude. And other inspirational quotes. Ha 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 definitely. Here's the beginning to a gram post I'm currently looking at. Understand that you can expand your capacity to see the world and everything in it as one. There are many factors that play and try to disconnect us from our source, nature. But this year is about different paradigms emerging and disconnecting from oppressive systems. When in doubt or fear, turn back into nature and ultimately back into yourself. It goes on like this for a while. Lol. I'm tattooing that on my heart. Not being okay with not being confident about everything all the time, including yourself. Getting angry and defensive when they receive criticism. Me in every situation ever. I was looking for this comment because same Lamau. Fake it till you make it. I instinctively typed me and then scrolled all the way down here to find it. Yep. Yep yep yep. Yep. If you're having a heated discussion with somebody and they digress to name-calling/personal insults, it's usually a good indication that they've run out of any valid points to stand on for whatever weak argument they're trying to make. Man shrugging. You just described a major portion of the Reddit user base. Especially on political topics. Removed. Name-dropping and including a brand name when describing the object would suffice, so I put on my Prada shoes. Aw man. So strutting around bragging how good my Walmart brand pants look falls under this. Sad face. Depends on the situation OFC. Dropping brand names can also be for information. Everyone I know use brands, and we usually say which brand to for information. Would not use the brand names with someone who does not use brands. Constantly being to be right regardless the cost. I'm a very stable genius. Person, woman, man, camera, TV. Hamburgers. Mexico. Cafefe. A handshake where they're basically crushing your hand. My first day at my trade apprenticeship, the foreman walked me around the shop introducing me to everyone. And we got to this dude named Tim, and he hit me with this gorilla grip handshake. And the sick part is, I could tell that he wasn't even trying. Dude literally was just that strong. He was actually a pretty cool guy. Welder? Union sheet metal worker apprenticeship, but it included a lot of welding. Hashtag I'm just pretending to be confident, I actually have low self-esteem. Why are we screaming wait fuck? Me too. Butt liquor, our prices have never been lower. Me during job interviews.